Thought Tuesdays. I'm Dean Regan here with Rich Smith. And today we're talking about heart-centered living. Heart-centered living. The ability to see the power of thinking with love. Thinking with love. So, hey, Rich, how are you, sir?
Hey, what are you thinking about today? Love, love, love.
Love, love, love.
All
Actually,
you need is love.
I'm thinking about rain, rain, rain everywhere I'm looking at right now. It is raining up a
Oh
storm.
no.
The sky is just giving us all kinds of lusciousness here on the East Coast. But Happy New Year to everybody.
Wow.
Happy New Year for you on to each one of us on our heart-centered living tour here today. We're going to talk about today exploring the significance of that emotional heart center as according to ancient wisdom, new thought teachings, and to dive into that vibrational energy, because love and that heart-centered awareness and that physical organ and that spiritual metaphor is all about positive vibrational energy.
Yeah.
Love, gratitude, joy, 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 joy. And
Peace,
we're going to talk
harmony.
about, say that again.
Peace, harmony. Those are the things you get out of it. When you're thinking with thoughts of love and joy, you get peace and harmony and an opening and a spiritual awareness. So that's what we'll talk about, huh?
And we're
Let's
talking
talk about
about
new thought teachings. What are new thought teachings, you know?
New thought teachings are an awareness that's why I love the term new thought, ancient wisdom. A lot of this stuff is just not new. It's been around for thousands of years, but we're retooling it, we're re-articulating it,
Yeah.
the modern awareness, the human modern consciousness. This new, so it has to do with the energy, the vibrational energy of how your intentions unfold into your experience and how your experience mirrors back that vibrational intention that you're unfolding into it. And
Right.
the new thought area has a lot to do with, as we often say, change your thinking, change your life, change your world. That thoughts have a vibrational energy that makes an impact. Uh, Common thinking is that thoughts are they're just things. They're thoughts. They're just thoughts. It's just a thought in my head. And yes, it is just a thought in your head, but your collective consciousness, your collective thoughts have an impact and an energy. And that's the essence of what New Thought, Ancient Wisdom is. And embracing the human experience of alignment, peace, love, abundance, creativity,
Yeah.
especially New Thought, Ancient Wisdom, New Thought Tuesdays. We are really focused in on the creative arts industry and folks who focus on that creative industry. We believe that creativity is in all things, but our particular peeps are those people in the creative arts industry.
Yeah. Actually, I use a little metaphor that your life's a movie created by an infinite filmmaker, and there's no limit to what you can create in your movie called life. And that's the new thought, ancient wisdom, I think, what you're talking about. This stuff is ancient wisdom, but it's new thought. How do we teach it? I use my metaphor, and Dean, you use the music as a metaphor too.
Yes. Living in concert with life, I use music, actual music, to adjust and uplift your vibration. And I use a musical metaphor, music as a metaphor for spirit in my work when I'm working as a practitioner with folks.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to use. And so let me take it in terms of movie making. Okay. To me, the vision that you have is the script. You're writing the script. Every time you have a vision and you have, like you're a filmmaker or you're a musician or you're an actor, you have a vision for what your life wants to be, what you want it to look like. That's like the script for your movie. But then again, your thoughts are the camera that takes a picture of those, takes, a video or a film of those thoughts that you have. So, so what do you want to do? You want to hold thoughts that are in alignment with what you want to create in life. And basically, that's what it's like. It's like taking your thoughts and creating out of your thoughts. Thoughts become things. And that's what we teach with ancient wisdom teachings. Thoughts become things. And so be aware of your thoughts, you know, have an energy, have an emotion, have a feeling towards something, but then make your thoughts be in alignment with that. If they're not in alignment with that, you're going to get something else completely different than what you know, had a vision for your life. I don't know if that's happened to you, but sometimes I look back, I go, is this where I really want to be? And I have to realign myself with my vision. Change your thoughts.
Change your thoughts, change your thought, change your thinking, change your world, change your life. And choosing to think thoughts from a perspective of love. That's what we're talking about today, is this perspective of love. That we can choose to see, we can see life in a loving way. Okay, right now I've got a situation that is I'm experiencing while we're doing our New Thought Tuesdays, and it's kind of rankled me. We've got some stuff going around other than the rain. It's not the rain. I'm identifying that there is love here.
Yeah.
And that there is love unfolding in my experience, even if it doesn't necessarily look like love. So I'm choosing the thoughts of love to allow this experience to gracefully move through in love, to resolve itself in love.
Yeah. And so, so what are you saying? That things aren't going the way you envision them? So
Yes, when things don't necessarily go in a way that I'm envisioning them. Well, first off, the first thing is I think in terms of love before I even come up with the judgment that things aren't going the way I'd like them to go. It's like once that horse is out of the barnyard and things are going awry, yes, you absolutely can move back into a place of love. But the idea is to start with love before any of this unfolds. Come from a perspective of love. I love the whole traffic thing. When you're out in traffic, get into your car. Come from a perspective of driving with love. And for you folks out in Los Angeles, because I used to live there, that can be a challenge, especially since culturally in Los Angeles, there's this whole thing about traffic and people on the traffic. And we take a point of view, being on a set, being in a recording studio, being in a choir situation, being in some kind of creative situation, begin that with thinking into the idea of love. What is lovely to me about this experience? And how can I express that love authentically within this experience? This is then bringing my awareness out of the reactionary things are happening to me to my feeling of I'm expressing love right here and right now. Whatever's going on, I can choose to experience and express love. As you were saying, joy, harmony, wisdom.
yeah. And so if things aren't going quite the way we want them to go, and I'm sure you guys out there in internet world, internet land, sometimes you come up with something that isn't working out the way you want, and think about it. Thoughts become things. Maybe some thoughts that you had in the past contributed to things not working out the way you want. So for me, it's like for me to be in harmony with the universe, I have to be still, go into prayer, go into meditation, ask, is this what you want for me? Is this how you want me to reveal you, the infinite filmmaker, in and as and through me, directing the movie of my life? And if I'm always in harmony with the divine vision for my life, looking at it through love, and through compassion and joy and all of that, then you're going to get that. So somewhere along the line, if things aren't working out for me, it's maybe some thought that I had. Like I say, it's the camera lens that takes the image. Maybe it's some image that I had that wasn't in alignment with who I am as a unique individualized expression of the infinite. Use me. How do you want me to, Who am I? Why am I here? What is my purpose in life? And sometimes I know as a creative, you could be going down this path really excited, then all of a sudden hit a stone wall and go, am I doing what I'm really meant to be doing? Does this feel right? Why aren't things working out the way I want them to? And so you go back to, like Dean says, go back to feeling that love and that your connection to the divine, which is the love intelligence of the universe. And when you connect it to it, you're going to make the right choices because you're following along with your emotions, which are based on love. Dean, we were talking about the other day about that the mind is really in the heart or the brain. You think that, what was that we're talking about?
You were saying that there have been some scientific studies that this whole idea of heart-centered thinking is that there is a thought that is being expressed out of that very organ, the heart. Now, I know nothing about this, but I thought it was fascinating that to actually imbue the heart muscle, that thing that just beats, it is such a center of our physical expression. The heart is the main feature of our physical expression. The heart's not working, the heart's not beating, the physical expression is done. Our life continues on another plane, but not in this physical plane. So to imagine that the heart is actually a thinking, I see it as a vibration. I see it as an awareness, taking an awareness of that life force that is expressing as that heart. It's the heart to me is not, the body is not the life force for me, but I see it, the life force expressing as and through the body. And that's where the idea of just focusing on that experience of love, just focus. How can you focus on the experience of love even more than you are? And that's what we're saying to our New Thought Tuesdays folks, is that's the question. How can you focus on love even more than you do? Kindness, joy, harmony, alignment. How can you focus on love even more than you already do?
Yeah. In my researching and looking up for some information about today about the heart center, I come up with the word coherence.
Mm.
Okay, coherence, it's the state where the heart, the mind, and the emotions are all in sync.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like the rhythm where everything becomes harmonious. And so examples of being heart-centered would be um, uh, having being coherent. It's like, is your heart, your mind, and your emotions all in sync? Are the thoughts that you have in sync with the emotions that you're feeling? Are they also, is it all connected to, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, I know when I'm in alignment and everything starts to manifest in my life. I get demonstration after demonstration after demonstration. And now that you brought it up about the love that we're feeling, love, you say, well, what is love? You say, Dean, you're saying love is, just go to the love, go to the love. Well, a lot of people out there saying, well, what do you mean, love?
Okay. Well, I love that you would bring that up. Is like, what do you mean by love? That sense of positive intention, wishing well for, deeply appreciating, deeply appreciating, sweetly intending. I think it's for those of us who, well, I believe that love is experienced at every age. Love transcends that sense of relationship, romantic love. That's a form of love, certainly. But this idea of my intention is good for you and for me. My appreciation is high for you and for me, or for this and for me. To bring that sense of high intention, deep high intention, to me, that's love. Is there anything, when you think of love, what do you think of?
Well, in terms of, my whole filmmaking thing, that you're talking about love, feeling love for another person. But there's also the love of your work and what you're doing. There's the love of your vision. Do you believe in your vision? There's the love of oneself. Do you
Mhm.
love yourself enough to allow the good to come into your life? Because it's always good. Good is always knocking on our door. I always say that infinite intelligence is always giving forth of itself
Right.
as love, as good, as beauty, as harmony. And so if you're not getting what you want out of life, it's because maybe you're not connected to the love of yourself, the love of the passion. That do you lose passion in the thing that you're creating, whether it's a music or a film or whatever? Or you're just doing it maybe to make money or to make a name for yourself? Is it really coming from the emotions deep inside of you? And so that's what I was thinking about when I was thinking about, okay, so what is this love that you're talking about? It's like
You,
if it
it,
feels good, it's coming from love. If it doesn't feel good, it's not coming from love. It's coming from the opposite of love, fear.
if it feels good and it does not hurt yourself or anyone else, it is coming from love in the Living in Concert with Life book. Yes, that's if it feels good and it's not harming yourself or anybody else, that is where you're coming from love. And then to deeper and deeper experience and express it for, yes, for another person, for something, some experience, some, yes, a person or an experience. That's an experience can be your creativity. It can be an object, something that it can be an animal, another being.
Mm,
It's positive. It's a matter of the idea of a heart-centered experience is really having the intention to experience kindness and joy and alignment in everything that you think, do, and say. And that transcends being on a film set or being in a accounting office or a law office or a composition room. You allow yourself to experience this love in whatever you're doing, this intention of joy and alignment. And I love what you said before. You stopped and you said, I ask, okay, spirit, is this in my highest and best good? Or what if you stopped and you ask, because you're asking your higher power, which I call God, some people call it spirit, whatever, your higher power, or that power that is expressing in, as, and through you, that is even greater than you. And so the idea, there's a song, Spirit, what would you have me do in this moment, in the quiet? I surrender. And it's a chant. Spirit, what would you have me do in this moment, in the quiet? I surrender. And it's actually goes slower than that, but I wanted to just bring that idea of spirit. What would you have me do? How would you have me express this love? Is there love in this experience? I'm on a film set and there seems to be a great deal of consternation. How is this happening for me? How can I experience and express love here?
yeah. And for me, it's how can I gain a deeper connection with the love intelligence of the universe, with God, divine presence? And so, if you're living in fear, the opposite of that is faith. So if you're fearful and if you're fearful, then you're
Mhm.
not uh, then to connect with infinite intelligence, divine intelligence, love intelligence, the universe, it's more challenging. But if you move in faith, you know, believing that there's this power and this presence that's working in and as and through you, and it's perfect, whole and complete, it's unfolding in perfect order. When you get into that vibration and feel those emotions, then you're able to pretty much manifest whatever you want in your life.
And you were talking earlier, absolutely, the ability to manifest, you're using these principles of love. You're using these principles of unfoldment and manifestation in your life. You can look at where it's not showing up and say, okay, I'd like to adjust those consistent thoughts. Or you can look at where it is showing up and say, this is where I'm manifesting that which I truly adore, that which I truly want. So we take a look at that which you appreciate, that which you deeply appreciate. That's what you are in experiencing love in. And you are using the principles of New Thought, Ancient Wisdom to allow that manifestation, that demonstration to happen in that area. You can
Yeah.
use the same principle in the areas that perhaps are not working in the manner that you had been want them to.
Yeah. So you just shine the light of beauty or love onto that. It's
Shine
like,
the light.
I always talk about light and darkness, that there is no power in the darkness. You just shine a light on it and the darkness disappears. And so that's what you got to do, is shine the light of your consciousness on the thing that you're experiencing that doesn't seem to be working in harmony with what you want to create in your life.
And
I
that light comes out as love, comes
Yeah,
out
light
positive
and love,
and
it's the same vibration.
it
And
is.
so are you sitting in the love, like I say, of yourself, of your project, of your life, of the people around you, the cast and the crew that you're bringing into the movie of your life, the situations, the environment that you're living in? These are all things that you create. You're co-creating the movie of your life. And
Yep.
it's up to you to create it out of love and not out of fear. It's the opposite of love is fear.
Well spoken,
Right.
sir. Well spoken. I think we're up. We could talk about this for hours, of course. We're up for New Thought Tuesdays. Well, we're kind of past up for New Thought Tuesdays for today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you would like to, if you have listened this far to this social media tape, thank God for you. This digital expression of love. New Thought Tuesdays is an expression of love. If you would like to be part of this, you can go to newthoughttuesdays.com. Click on I want to be reminded. We'll send you a couple of gentle emails with the link for our New Thought Tuesdays video webinar, and you can join us. We're about to go into what we call the inner circle and discuss love and heart-centered thinking, the power of love in your thought. We're going to do that with our regular peeps here at New Thought Tuesdays. So thank you for being here. Thank you, Richard.
You're welcome. And so when you sign up on New Thought Tuesdays to get reminders, we'll give you the link, and then you can jump in and join us in the inner circle. Also, for my little peeps in my Infinite Filmmaker group, this is not pushing my group, but I also post a link there. So if you're in my Infinite Filmmaker group on Facebook, you'll see the link there. Just click on it. If you're seeing that link now, guys, just click on it and come on in and join us in the inner circle and learn more about living in faith and living in love and creating harmony in your life. So with that, we'll see you next Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Okay.